Let's look at subject-verb agreement and expressions of quantity. Subject-verb agreement can be a tricky area of English grammar, especially when there are a lot of exceptions. Expressions of quantity, numbers, can be an especially difficult point. Expressions of quantity are things like some of, one of the, all of, a number of, each, every. Let's look at expressions like these and how they work with subject-verb agreement. First, let's look at this sentence. One of the students lives in Brazil. Why do we use lives? Well, here the subject is actually one. One of the students lives in Brazil. This is a common structure, one of the. And when we use one of the, we will use a singular verb. So in present simple, this verb has an S. One of the students lives in Brazil. One of the kids has a new shirt. One of the girls likes baseball. One of my coworkers was sick yesterday. So with one of the, we use a singular verb. Other expressions which use a singular verb are each of and every one of. For example, each of the students gets 5 extra bonus points. Every one of you needs to hear this message. So with one of, each of, and every one of, we will use a singular verb. With other expressions of quantity, the form of the verb we use, singular or plural, will depend on the word that comes after of. For example, half of the house is empty. Half of the flowers are yellow. House is singular, so we use is. Flowers, plural, we're going to use are. 1/3 of the test was difficult. 1/3 of the students were absent. Test, singular, so we're going to use was. Students, plural, we use were. All of the vocabulary words were new. All of the book was in English. Vocabulary words, plural, we use were. Book, singular, we use was. A pretty advanced grammar point here in this topic is what do we use with the expression none of? For example, is it none of the girls like basketball or none of the girls likes basketball? Well, the short answer is actually both of them are technically correct. But today in modern English, most of the time we will use plural. We will say none of the girls like basketball. In a more formal situation, we will say likes. This is more formal English. None of the girls likes basketball. But if you say none of the girls like or none of the girls likes, you are correct both ways. Finally, the last and maybe trickiest part here is with the words a number and the number. So with a number, we will actually use plural. For example, a number of problems were caused by the storm. We're going to use a number of and were. A number of means a lot. The number of, we're going to use singular. The number of problems was higher than we expected. with the number is actually your subject. The number of problems was higher than we expected. So to review, we have one of the, each of, and every one of, which use singular. With other expressions of quantity, we look at the word that comes after of. For example, 2/3 of the boys, we're going to use plural. So 2/3 of the boys like to swim. Or 2/3 of the book, we're going to use singular. 2/3 of the book is about swimming. Then, with the expression none of, we're correct with singular or plural. And then last of all, with a number, we use plural, and the number, we use singular. Thanks for watching.